At TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
WTIM AM, FM, and online on the WTIM mobile app and Amazon Alexa is your ag information station with over 8 hours a day of agriculture programming and our own local farm broadcaster. Tune into WTIM, your ag information station.
WTIM. This is the WTIM Morning Show on your information station. The show is sponsored by People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first, and Landmark of Taylorville. I'm your host, Reed KMI, and we continue our coverage of National FFA Week with more conversations with FFA chapters on all the great things going on in their chapters. We turn now to Central A&M, and I've got two of their officers in studio with me right now. To my left, we've got Addison Lawrence, the chapter president. Addison, thanks for coming in.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Yes, it's good to have you in. It's also good to have in Charlie Minot, the chapter reporter with Central A&M. Charlie, thanks for coming on as well.
Yes, thanks for having us.
Yeah, it's good to have you two in, and there's a lot to cover with your chapter. I actually first want to talk about someone who has been showered with accolades as of late. I'm talking about your advisor, Betsy Bergner, who just got a couple of awards. They, of course, had the assembly there on Tuesday. I'm sure you two were there with that.
Yes.
Yeah, and it has to make you feel good that that your advisor, who obviously is a big part of the chapter, is getting recognized with awards like what she got on Tuesday. I think that was from the FFA, and they called it. Was it like the Golden Owl Award? Is that what it's called?
Yep.
Yeah. So the Golden Owl Award, and I should have written that down before we got on. So she got that, and I think there was also a state level award, like from the state agency.
Yeah, she's been nominated for the state award now.
Okay. All right. So nominated. Okay, and then of course got that award from the FFA. So I imagine that felt really special to be a part of.
Yeah, absolutely. It was really exciting. Our principal actually came to Charlie and I about planning the assembly and surprising Mrs. Bergner with this award, like alongside Illinois FFA. And it was just really exciting to see her get recognized for all of her hard work, because she really does deserve it.
Oh, so you were part of that surprise
Yep.
assembly planning. No, that's cool, and well, that has to have made it feel even better. So, no, really, really cool for both of you and for the entire chapter, and probably more significantly for Betsy Bergner as well. So, we got that out of the way. I'd love to know what year each of you two are in.
I'm a senior this year.
I'm a junior.
Okay, so we got a senior and a junior in front of us right now. So we've got that. And then when were you each elected as president and reporter, respectively?
So we were both elected in March, and then we were installed in April this past year at our FFA banquet.
All right. So, did you have something you were going to say?
No,
Nope. Addison summed it up for you. All right. So you were elected then. Had you held this position prior as well?
No, I before was the secretary, and then I got elected as reporter.
Okay.
And before that, I started out my sophomore year serving as the vice president. And then last year I was in Charlie's shoes as the reporter.
Okay. So, all right. So you've had quite the officer odyssey here, going from vice president to reporter to president. How has it been kind of transitioning from one role to the other?
I've really enjoyed that I've been in a different role every year, because I feel like as president this year, it makes me understand the other officers a little bit more, because I've got to see kind of a lot of different and almost all sides of the officer team.
And what about for you, kind of going from one role to the other?
Yeah, it was really exciting, because I feel like reporter, I kind of got to step up a little bit more, and I get to see a little more about what FFA is.
Yeah, and well, you get to tell us about it as well. So a little bit of a test there, but no, I think that it works out really well for both of you. And then just talk about what it is you do as president and reporter, respectively, within the chapter.
So as a reporter, I manage our social media pages. So I'm always posting about all of our meetings and CDEs and LDEs that we go to. I also write newspaper articles for our local papers.
And talk on the radio. Yeah.
On the radio, yeah.
Awesome. And then Addison, what about you?
As the president, I kind of preside over all of the things that we do. I help Mrs. Bergner out a lot with planning our meetings. I coordinate different activities. A lot of these FFA week activities I have planned. And then I kind of help delegate the officer team and help them understand what their duties are, as well as help them succeed.
Nice. So then, looking at the rest of the academic year, what will your involvement as president and reporter for the chapter be as the school year concludes?
I think as we're getting near the end, I'll be working on like some banquet things, so slideshows, and just kind of prepping to see what next year will bring.
Yeah. And it'll be the same thing pretty similar for me. I'll be working on helping Mrs. Bergner set up our election process for our new officers to come in. I'll be working on some different banquet things, as well as helping our officers feel prepared for the elections we have coming up and kind of encouraging other students to run for offices.
Nice. So election's a big part of the rest of the academic year for the two of you. I'd love to zoom out a little bit and just hear about what it means to each of you to be an FFA member and officer at Central A&M High School.
So for me, I always knew I wanted to be an FFA. My grandpa was an FFA and my dad was an FFA. So that was something that from a young age, I've always known I wanted to do. As soon as I was in high school, I was super excited. I've done everything that I possibly could since my freshman year. And for me, it's a really honorable experience. I think being an FFA is a very big deal. It's very, very rewarding. And I'm kind of looking back on my years now as a senior. I can see that FFA has taught me a lot, not just about agriculture, but also about leadership, scholarship, and community service.
Yeah, so I was kind of the opposite. Going into high school, I wasn't super into the agriculture stuff, but a lot of my friends wanted to do FFA. And I was like, well, I'll try it. And then freshman year, I started to do a few more things. And then something clicked. And I was like, I want to run to be an officer. And then I got elected as secretary, and then ever since then, I've just found such a passion for FFA.
No, that's lovely how you folks, were able to start and get involved like that. So, really happy about that for both of you. And now, of course, we're getting near the end of the year. You're probably also thinking about getting in the next set of students to join the FFA. How do you pitch the chapter and the FFA in general to them to get them involved?
I'm really glad that you mentioned that because in March we'll have coming up the FFA officers as well as some of our green hands, which are our freshman members, will go down to the middle school while the middle schoolers are getting ready to set up their schedules for the year. And we present them in their English class with a small slideshow and some games and kind of teach them a little bit about FFA as well as taking agriculture classes and kind of share with them why they might want to take an agriculture class and get involved in the FFA.
Yeah, we also do a meeting in March where each member can bring a friend. And during that meeting, we talk a lot about what FFA is and play some games and try and really bring out the fun in FFA.
So when you're bringing in your friends or your one friend, are you having to kind of think about which one would be most likely to be convinced to join the FFA? Is that kind of how you decide?
I think I would just like to bring anyone because you can bring as many people as you want.
Oh, okay.
We want everyone to just try it out and see what it's all about.
Yeah. And I'm kind of the same way because a lot of people think of it as there's a specific criteria of people who fit into that FFA group. And I don't think that that's true at all. I've seen a lot of people who they were like, oh, FFA won't be for me. And they try it. And it's something that they absolutely fall in love with. So I try and push anyone and everybody to come.
Nice. Well, it sounds like that was Charlie's story earlier. Like you were talking about, you had your friends come in. Well, it sounds like they sort of followed that process. It was bring a friend. They brought you. Is that how the timing worked out?
Yeah, that's basically a lot of my friends were like, we're going to sign up to be in an ag class. And I was like, well, I guess I'm going to do that too. And here I am.
Yep. Following your friends. No, that's lovely how you two, got your start there and how it sounds like you're trying to do it here with the next set of students. I am talking with chapter president Addison Lawrence of the Central A&M FFA chapter, along with Charlie Minot, the reporter of said chapter. Let's take a little bit of a break, and then when we come back, we'll continue our conversation here about some of the accomplishments and other service work as well that the chapter is involved in. That'll be on the other side of this break, right here on the WTIM Morning Show on your information station.
Your information station, WTIM.
Celebrating 40 years of covering Illinois agriculture, this is the Hometown Illinois Radio Network. This network report from the Commodity Classic in San Antonio is being brought to you by the Illinois Corn Marketing Board, increasing the profitability of corn production by developing and maintaining markets for corn and corn products.
Some call us Big Ag. But we know that ag is complex. Family farms grow to bring new family members into the family business. Growth brings larger purchases, added production, and much more significant risks. But the goal is simple: feed more with less environmental impact, and do it all responsibly. Learn how the Illinois Corn Checkoff builds understanding of agriculture at www.ilcorn.org.
Mark Bunselmeyer, a District 7 Director and President of the Illinois Corn Growers Association and a farmer from Maroa, Illinois, says that waterways will be among the major items discussed at Commodity Classic in San Antonio.
Waterways are a super advantage to Illinois farmers, that we use those to export our grain, obviously. But adding to that, we have funding issues with the federal government. And going into that issue, all people that use the waterways currently are paying a 29-cent per gallon tax to help provide resources to upgrade the waterway system. This is matched with government dollars. And now, as we've gone through this process, the government dollars, they're wanting to start using those dollars towards other aspects of the lock and dam process and using it to create parks, using it to create different things. And so our new ask with the Waterway Council, WCI, is to separate ourselves from the navigation aspect of the waterway process from the other aesthetics, so to speak, that go into it. And so we're looking to use our dollars strictly for navigation. They're spending the money in different directions. I want to put words in your mouth by any means, sir. But yes, we're not using those dollars as we originally intended. I hope that we have this discussion while we're at San Antonio and have farmers from all across the U.S. that some use the waterway system and some do not. And this is a great opportunity for us to build together collaboration and work together to get a stronger message.
Mark Bunselmeyer, District 7 Director and President of the Illinois Corn Growers Association, a farmer from Maroa at Commodity Classic. You're listening to the Hometown Illinois Radio Network. This Hometown Illinois Radio Network report from the Commodity Classic in San Antonio is being brought to you by the Illinois Corn Marketing Board, increasing the profitability of corn production by developing and maintaining markets for corn and corn products. For a free podcast of our reports, go to hometownillinoisradio.com.
WTIM.
Welcome back to the WTIM Morning Show on your information station. The show is sponsored by People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first, and Landmark of Taylorville. I'm your host, Reed Kamai, and I've been talking with the officers at the Central A&M FFA chapter, well, two officers anyway, President Addison Lawrence and reporter Charlie Minot. And I'd love to talk a little bit about this week. It's National FFA Week. That's why we're having you and our other chapters on to talk about what's going on there. I know you folks are busy this week with activities. Talk a little bit about what's going on this week.
So at school, every single day we have planned dress-up days, as well as some different activities to go on in the afternoons. Some are for FFA members and some are open to the whole entire school. So on Tuesday, we had our FFA Week assembly at school, where our advisor, Mrs. Bergner, was recognized with the District 4 Golden Owl Award. And we also played some games and talked a little bit about what FFA had to offer for the students in our school during that assembly. And then on Thursday, we went bowling as a chapter. And what else did we do?
Today, actually, we got to drive our tractors to school. So we had a lot of fun with that this morning. And then on Friday, we will have a petting zoo for the elementary as well as the high school. And then Saturday, we will have our community breakfast from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. in the high school cafeteria. It's free of cost, and you can just come and enjoy some food with us.
And you do not have to be in the communities of Assumption or Moiqua to do that. As long as you're there to support the FFA, it does not matter.
Nice. So you mentioned the petting zoo tomorrow. I think tomorrow's supposed to be really nice. So from what I've seen, at least.
Yes, we're really excited, and hopefully the weather will work out great. We'll be in our ag shop if not, and we'll have lots of fun animals, and we can't wait to interact with the kids and have some fun furry friends.
Yes. And I actually just had a look at the weather. Yes, it indeed is supposed to be a really nice. So you lucked out with that. And then you had, so today was a drive your tractor in. Okay, nice.
Yes.
Well, I imagine that probably backs up the traffic a little bit, does it?
A little bit, but we actually have our city and water district of Moiqua escort us from the outside of town right through town and into the school.
Okay, nice. So you had a little parade there of the tractors, it sounds like. Nice. So that sounds like fun. I've heard about that from the other chapters as well. So you've had that going on. We were talking a little bit earlier. You want to talk about some special accomplishments your chapter had. We talked plenty about your advisor as well. Anything else in that vein that you want to highlight?
Yeah, so just last week, actually, our chapter competed in a CDE event. We competed at the poultry judging CDE for Section 16 at Meridian Macon High School, where our team received first place overall.
Well, congratulations. Yeah. Anything else?
Yeah, we've also had a lot of members interview for the proficiency judging, and we had 5 of them place first, and they will move to district level in March.
Okay, nice. So a lot of accomplishments there. Congratulations to you folks again for all of that. Let's see, you folks, we're also talking a little bit about community service that you folks have planned. I know the breakfast coming up is part of it. Anything else you want to highlight in that area?
Yeah, so our chapter does a lot of community service. Usually every year we try and get around 50 hours of community service as a chapter. We serve numerous different groups in our area, from parades to helping out with our local Assumption Fest to helping out at our local school district. There's just a lot of different things that we do.
Nice. So like what you mentioned some of the organizations, what kinds of activities is this involving, like food or agriculture specifically? What's that like?
We will help out a lot of banquets. So if people need help like serving food, we're always there to help. We are in almost a lot of our local parades, and we like to present the flag at a lot of things. So we'll do them at our Veterans Day assembly or at football games.
Yep.
Nice. So yeah, just getting out there, sometimes these organizations, these events, just need the warm bodies to help out, and you folks supply that, which is great. Because there aren't always that many people necessarily around to do that, but you folks supply it. So I'll tell you what, we've got about 2 minutes left. We can circle back to anything with whatever time remains if we need. But I would love to hear about what is next for the two of you in terms of future plans once you graduate.
So I will be graduating in May. So my plans are a little bit more figured out. I'll be attending Lincolnland Community College in Springfield, studying as an ag transfer student, which that decision was really influenced by the FFA. And from there, I plan to transfer to a university to study animal science, concentrating in nutrition.
Any preference on that 4-year university afterwards?
I'm thinking U of I.
Okay. All right. So right here in central Illinois. What about you, Charlie?
So I'm just a junior, so I still got a little more time. I'm not exactly sure what I want to do yet, but I definitely know I will probably be going into the agriculture field, whether that is working on family farm or getting more in the business side of agriculture. I'm not sure yet.
Nice, exciting. And then with about a minute left, talk about how your involvement in the FFA and in your various officer roles will help you as you go into college and whatever it is that comes after that.
Yeah, so now as I'm starting to fill out scholarships and kind of apply to different schools, I've noticed that my time in the FFA has been super valuable. Not only does it show my commitment to different things, but it also kind of showcases my love and my passion for agriculture. FFA has opened me up to numerous scholarship opportunities and also just been a fantastic experience to help me decide what I wanted to do in general.
Yeah, FFA has really pushed me out of my comfort zone and opened a lot of new doors for me, and I can't wait to see what it has left for me.
Yeah, what those doors lead to. It is exciting stuff indeed, as I am talking with Addison Lawrence, president of the Central A&M FFA chapter, and Charlie Minot, reporter of that same chapter. Addison and Charlie, thank you for coming in.
Thank you for having us.
Yes, no, it was great to have you two in here on the WTIM morning show on your information station. We should have another chapter in about 10 minutes, so stay tuned.
With SRN News, I'm Rich Thomas.